She's mad.
Chicago and Illinois government, listen to me and listen to me clearly. Like, for real, tune the in, because I'm telling y'all right now, y'all finna start a riot. And I do mean a real riot. Mayor Brandon, you better listen. We are sick of y'all. More preferably, I'm talking about the South Side, okay? Let me tell you something. The South Side is at the very bottom of the barrel when it comes to getting anything that we need from the city or from the government, for the state government. But guess what? They bring their ugly asses down to the South Side and the South suburbs first to get everything that they need to make this stupid ass city and this state run. Explain to me how it is that you close down 5 schools because you say that there's no state or city government funding to keep the schools open for the public, but somehow, some way, y'all got the money to open up 2 of those schools to the Ukrainian refugees and 2 of the other schools to the Venezuelan refugees. But you can't find the money to fix it for the people who live here. Explain to me how it is that you done sat up here and you done closed down all the homeless shelters. Literally, it's only like 5 homeless shelters in Chicago. Matter of fact, that's not even a joke. That's not a lie. It's 5 well-established homeless shelters left in Chicago. But somehow, some way, the homeless shelters that y'all closed down, you're opening for the refugees. You don't give a damn about us, the people who live here, the people who stay here and pay taxes, but you giving it to the refugees. Now listen, I am not against nobody going nowhere to get away from no dangerous living situation, but the fact that they are here and our government is giving more to them than they will ever give to the people who was born here is really starting to piss us off. Oh, and Mayor Brandon, hi, how are you? We coming for your ass. Oh yeah, we coming for your ass because you lied the hardest. And the crazy part is I kept on telling people not to vote for your ugly, four-eyed ass, and they did, because you was going to come up in this bitch like another ass Lori Lightfoot, and look at what the happened, you big ass. I'm mad at myself because I let my phone die last night, which means that it has the power back on and it take a little minute. I usually don't do that, but I would have had the perfect set of proof that this is happening, because let me tell y'all something. On my block, down from it, and across the street, I can see a building, right? And this building has been sitting there vacant for 2 years. The building has been sitting there vacant for 2 years because the person who owned it, he opened it up to the government for it to be a low-income housing building. But the government wasn't upholding the low-income housing money. Therefore, the person who owned it had to sell it back to the bank. And it's been sitting there for 2 years. Literally 2 years. Now explain to me why the it is that I wake up today and I see a box truck, a literal 12-foot white box truck sitting out in front of the building, and it's Latinos coming out of the truck and going into the building. How is this possible? What? You could not give the funding to the person who previously owned it to keep the building open for low-income housing, for people who are from Chicago, who cannot afford it here, because this is not a cheap-ass city, okay? It's expensive as to live here. You could not give the funding to that man to help the Chicagoan people, but somehow, some way, y'all got that $9,000 going to each one of these refugee families, and guess what the happened? They buying up everything. But at the same time, y'all put us through the motherfucking ringer for us to even try to attempt to purchase something in Chicago or Illinois. Y'all have no idea how hard it is to really buy some shit in Chicago, especially on the South Side. But these refugee families getting $9,000 a family could come in and buy up everything. We sick of y'all. Hey, government, Chicago and Illinois government, baby, Brandon, Pritzker, we sick of y'all shit. Somebody better come fix it. Somebody better come fix it, because if I get my ass out here on my soapbox, baby, fix it. I'm sick of y'all.
Amen. Now please listen to this report providing a little bit more context to what the lady was referring to.
Today, food was delivered to families staying in this South Shore building. In recent days, 57 Venezuelans moved into this building on South Essex. That's according to Chris Amator, who says he owns the building.
I just decided, hey, I got the heat on, I got gas, I got electric, water. I go, let's film and we'll worry about the details later.
Over the last 9 days, Amator says he felt moved to offer shelter in his vacant apartments after visiting the city's landing center and a shelter for new arrivals. Amator says over the last 9 days, he, his family, and a couple of volunteers have taken in 448 adults and children at 15 of his residential buildings. Some neighbors posted video of the building on Essex, alleging people were breaking into the building and that the building was not safe.
It's frustrating.
Veronica Cotton is a lifelong South Shore resident and new business owner. But she shares she and her sons were homeless a couple of years ago, and they didn't get the help they needed.
Not saying that it's not right to help them, but it's not right for others not to get help as well.
Amator tells us there was no break-in on Essex. While he acknowledges his impromptu efforts to help new arrivals was not the most organized, today we even saw windows being unboarded. Amator challenges other building owners to step up during this crisis.
New information tonight about how much the migrant crisis is costing Chicago.
And who is getting paid to take care of the new arrivals. CBS 2's Sabrina Franza has been digging into the numbers. Sabrina, what are we learning?
Well, the city says it's paid $138 million to various vendors. That's between October of last year until today. All that to help support new arrivals making their way to Chicago. For perspective, though, that is more money than budgeted to fund the Chicago Public Library in 2024.
The three largest recipients of that money: Favorite Healthcare Staffing, a healthcare staffing firm, over $93 million. Equitable Social Solutions, a company that works in homelessness prevention and housing support, $19 million. And family-owned food service company Open Kitchens, $15 million. The city's public data portal suggests that between September and today, the Johnson administration paid $53.9 million to support the crisis. But on a trip to D.C. back in November, Mayor Brandon Johnson told reporters the city was spending $40 million a month.
The $40 million that it's costing the city of Chicago every single month to provide care for these individuals who are seeking asylum, that is not sustainable.
Lots to look into here. We're still working to find out any other costs the city has paid in support of this issue. We do know that some of the funding for these vendors came from FEMA and some came in the form of grant money from the state of Illinois.
Elections have consequences, and obviously, based on what she said, this lady told her family and friends to not vote for Brandon Johnson. Nobody listened. So God bless her for that. At least she tried. And of course, this man is receiving some type of compensation from the city of Chicago or the officials. Bruh, there's no way he allowed 500 plus migrants into his buildings for free. You let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Stop voting for Democrats. It's just that simple. God bless this lady. God bless you and your family. Catch you on the next one.